Hello, good afternoon, everybody. I thought I would take a moment to show you some fabrics that we use here, in particular some sustainable fabrics. A lot of you are asking about what sustainable fabrics are available, and we have a ton of them here, so I thought it would be cool to show you some of the types of things that your project managers here can pull for you and which you can use. So I'm going to go through it and kind of talk through. If you guys have questions, comment below. Let us know what you're thinking. So here are like a couple of swatches I would show you. So the first one, this is a tensile organic cotton. It is looped on the back, so it's actually a French terry. It's light, so you can use it for like, let's say you're doing like a light sweatshirt or a zip up for the fall would be perfect for that. Tensile, so in terms of what they have here, it's got organic cotton, it's got lyocell, it's got spandex. Some of these new fabrics that you'll hear about, tensile, in lyocell, they come from a company called Lensing, and they invented these. They're a fiber company, so it's pretty cool. So this is a great fabric to use. Next, we have a hemp slub jersey. I don't have, it's a 200 GSM. It's a nice weight to it. This is made of cotton, 64 cotton, 28% hemp, and 8% spandex. So it does have a bit of stretch. For those of you that are doing kind of like an athleisure combination where there's, you want to wear it to the gym, but you can also wear it out. Using a little bit of spandex is really nice. And this can be over-dyed. This is another similar one. This is a power jersey. It's got tensile, 86% tensile. It's a great, great fabric. And then even more spandex. It's 14% spandex. Another really good one for, kind of like an athleisure line. This is organic jersey, 100% cotton. And one thing I will say about that, sometimes people ask us about the sustainability of organic. So I think a misnomer right now that I'm hearing is that there's, organic uses way more water, and the reality is it doesn't. It actually uses a lot less water, and it's way, way better for the environment. So if you're thinking about ways you can build a line but also cut back on chemicals and water consumption, organic is an amazing fabric to use. We have a recycled poly here. This it's recycled, but because it's polyester, it can be sublimated on. So if you're doing any sort of cool artwork and there's a lot of colors, this is a great fabric to use. It'll pop, so it'll be really, really nice. We have another organic bamboo. So this is 64 bamboo, 28% organic cotton, 8% spandex. This is actually a lot. I've never seen a fabric with that much bamboo in it. 200 GSM. There's another tensile, very soft. I think the cool thing about tensile is it's an amazing hand, so it feels so good. Some more jersey. Now, in terms of, you'll notice that some of these have colors and some don't. A lot of the vendors that we work with that have colors, they'll pre-dye and they'll sit on it. So this is Kendor. This is one. They're out of Canada. The tricky part with them is we actually have to have it come down here, but there's really no minimum. It's a little bit more pricey though, so the cost can kind of like get up there. Other options that you'll see, especially some of these white ones, you buy them prepared for dye, so they're not dyed yet. Now the tricky thing is when you buy any fabric, whether it's organic or not, and it isn't dyed, you have to then dye it a color of your choice. Now, usually the lowest amount of rolls that you can dye is about 3 rolls. So just be prepared to actually dye 3 different rolls of one color. Again, this leads back into my advice I always give, which is try to use one color across multiple styles instead of putting it all into one style. It's going to allow you to use more of your fabric up. So maybe you pick 3 or 4 colors. That also helps because the more fabric you're using, the easier it is for the dye house to want to take less yardage for the particular fabric. So that's just a little like tip in terms of kind of merchandising your collection and using colors the right way. There's a lot of hemp that's coming out, guys. I would definitely recommend looking at that. It's a really, really great fabric. It's breathable, it absorbs, it prevents odor. It's an awesome fabric. Some more organic cotton. Some of them are a little scratchy, some are not because they have certain softeners in it. So this is one that actually is a little scratchy. And I even think it's pretty cool right now to use a fabric that has like that natural brown look and not even dye it, just use that. And you can kind of merchandise that with some other like tonal colors, some browns and greens, things like that. So we're coming out now with some organic fabric. This is a French terry. So again, this can be dyed. It can also be printed on with a screen print, or if you have a lot of colors, I recommend using a digital direct-to fabric. That's where we print with a laser directly on to the fabric instead of a transfer like you would when you're doing sublimation. So you'll notice this is a little different because this has the loops, bigger loops, smaller loops, all the loops. French terry, this kind of has like a terry cloth feel. Oh, this is a great one. Hemp fleece, so 55% hemp, 45% recycled poly. This is also from up in Canada, but it has an amazing hand. We have a bamboo merino. Merino is an awesome fabric to use because it just eliminates smell. Like, I have some merino shirts and I can just wear them constantly and they just do not, there's just no odor. It's like incredible what merino will do from a functionality perspective. And then, of course, combining that with rayon, which is very soft, it takes away the scratchy. So it's like, just looking at this already can tell why they're doing this, because merino has amazing properties, but usually ishy. Then if you add rayon to it, then it gets soft. So this is a perfect one to use. What else? This is a nylon lycra, so this is kind of cool, by Evo. This is a renewable source, does not require high amounts of water. Evo makes it possible to reduce the fabric weight by 25% while retaining the same covering properties. It's the next generation of multifunctional fibers, which dry in 50% less time, so it's wicking, compared to 100% nylon fabric. So this is a new nylon fabric that uses less water and is more sustainable. It has great elasticity, good compressive qualities. It keeps odors in check and stops bad smell before they start. And you know what? Even if you're going to get this, I recommend testing it, because sometimes people will pitch this whole thing about fabric and it's so great. Don't believe anything until you try it. So the beauty of doing development here with us is we'll do all the development, we'll make your samples, and then you're going to take it home and we're going to see whether this really does what it says it can do. Does it wick the sweat? Does it make you smell? Does it actually, do you notice a difference? You have to have a constant, so make sure you try something else too. But I would always test your fabrics, even if they're marketed a certain way. We have some different rips here, which obviously are important. Whether you're making like a ribbing for your shirt or ribbing for the cuffs and collars. Some other cool stuff here. And lastly, this is, I don't know why this was put in here. I guess this must have some, oh, it's recycled poly. So for those of you that want to make leggings, some really awesome recycled polyester that can be used. You can buy black, you can buy white and print on it. And we have, this is the book. So let us know if any of these are of interest to you. If you haven't booked your kickoff meeting and you're wanting to get started, you wanted to dive into the fabric sourcing, give us a shout. We are so excited to learn about what your ideas are, and we'll see you soon.